Hello, everyone. Canada's ecosystem is slowly being damaged by wild boars. So how are Canadian farmers handling these wild pigs? Watch our full video to find out. After being pregnant for 3 months and 2 weeks, this wild boar gave birth to 8 piglets. This is a farmer's property, and after about a week, the young boars began to walk around and eat the nearby plants. They dig up the plants they prefer and feed on insects they find on the leaves. After that, the boars move to the lakeshore to drink water and look for more food, causing heavy pollution around the lake. They use their snouts to dig for larvae and worms under the mud. They've become a real concern for people in Canada. So what have they done to put a stop to this behavior? Once the farmers identified the number of wild boar herds and understood their activity patterns, they began setting traps to capture groups of wild boars. This process requires skill and experience, as wild boars are extremely sensitive and quick to detect any potential danger. However, this may be an effective way to control the wild boar population and protect the natural environment from their excessive impact. How many boars can this trap hold? Many people wonder whether it can contain 10 adult wild boars. Is this trap secure? Here, there are boars weighing around 250 to 300 pounds. They are searching for food at night inside this trap, where a large amount of grain they enjoy has been placed. One by one, each wild boar steps into the trap to eat the grain, and the rest of the herd soon follows, entering the trap one after another. It seems they sensed something and ran off, but after a while, once they felt safe again, they continued entering the trap to eat. After they were inside, the trap suddenly closed. They became terrified and desperately tried to break the trap door to escape. When dealing with wild boars like this, you should keep your distance, as they may attack. Trapping wild boars can only partially help control the growth of their population. The boars that escape from the traps flee again, becoming an even greater challenge. They know how to hide in dense forests, and the mountains become their new refuge. With thick shrubs around them, they feel safer and are much harder to catch when pursued directly. After being hunted for a long time, wild boars have developed extremely sharp and alert senses. Every rustle of leaves, shift in the wind, or even a faint whisper can make them uneasy and ready to flee. When one boar in the herd senses danger, it lets out a warning call to alert the whole group, and in an instant, they can scatter in any direction, even swimming across streams. Professional wild boar hunting in mountainous areas becomes quite difficult, especially when the boars are familiar with the terrain and know how to use the natural environment to avoid being chased. This turns into an exciting yet challenging pursuit for adventurous hunters, requiring patience and skill to effectively deal with wild boars in the wild. Not only are there wild boars, but there are also quite a few deer living in these areas. Hunters will climb up to the lookout platform to wait for the wild boars. This herd seems pretty large. Can you count how many young boars are in the group? Hunting wild boars is an adventurous and challenging task that requires skill, patience, and an understanding of how these animals behave. Hunters often have to track them by heading deep into the dense forest, moving quietly and carefully to avoid drawing the boar's attention. They often have to rely on techniques like tracking and scent detection to locate the boars. Once they get close enough, the hunt becomes an exhilarating chase between humans and wild boars. The hunter must be quick and skilled in using either traditional or modern weapons to take down the target swiftly and effectively. However, wild boar hunting also requires respect for nature and the preservation of ecological balance. When a hunt ends successfully, hunters often reflect on their patience and skill. It's not just an activity to gather food, but also an experience of immersing oneself in nature and facing the challenges of the natural world. What do you think about hunting in harmony with nature? Leave a comment, like, and share the video.